Hello friends, today we're going on a road trip. And something that I realized having to do with music on this channel is I don't make any money off this. So I can kind of use whatever music I want. What are they gonna do, demonetize me? I'm broke! Now today I'm going on a road trip. I'm going back home for Thanksgiving break. But before we get that started, we have to start the road trip like I do every other with Duncan. So I'm gonna buckle up, I've got my car packed. Let's go. Yeah, I knew that would happen. I kind of did that on purpose. I kind of lurched the car forward on purpose there. But let's go to Duncan. Hey, can I get a... I'm just kidding. There's actually no... I'm on a line. I'm waiting in line. All right, guys, here we go for real. I'm nervous. Hello, can I... Oh, I'm picking up a mobile order for Connell. Yeah. All right, thank you. I messed it up. I forgot. First off, that's the most enthusiastic I've ever been at a Dunkin' drive-thru. But I was so enthusiastic that I forgot what I was gonna say. But it's okay. I think the person on the mic appreciated it. Yep.
We're just waiting on one more item, okay?
Okay, thank you. All right, thank you. You too. Package secured, y'all. Package secured, y'all. We're ready for we are ready to hit the road. So let's go. All right, everyone. I know it looks like I haven't moved an inch, but I'm actually my first pit stop. So yes, I'm my first way through the journey, and I'm gonna be honest, guys, I'm like half an hour in. I haven't gone very far, okay? But it is progress nonetheless. But I will say the reason I do stop so often, and you'll see this if I ever post more road trips, I'm sure I will. I have to stop frequently because, and this is gonna be a little bit graphic, so any of you squeamish viewers at home, please cover your ears or skip forward 10 seconds. I'm gonna wait 10 seconds so that when they skip, they go right to when I say it. I'm a frequent peer. Whoa, yeah, I know, graphic. But I pee a lot, and if I don't pee frequently, it doesn't end well. That doesn't mean I pee my pants while I drive. That's only happened a handful of times. Okay, but it does mean that if I don't pee frequently, I most likely will have to make an emergency pit stop. So I gotta stop. I'm in one of those service plazas. I love service plazas, can I just say? I'm gonna get back on the road in a sec, because right now I'm kind of stalling and I'm prolonging my time on the road. I really like these service plazas. They're quaint, they're cute, they're small, they're adorable. You can pretty much get whatever you need. As long as whatever you need falls into the categories of Subway, gasoline, and Starbucks, because that's pretty much every service plaza ever. But it's like a safe haven for when you're on the road, and sometimes you get really pretty views. Right now, I have a view of a fence, but normally, sometimes you get mountains depending on where you are. Oh, he almost fell there. I'm still in the parking spot. I just tried to make the camera fall. Okay, stop number 2. We're a little bit farther this time. Yes, I had to pee again. This time, if there wasn't a pit stop for a little bit longer, I might have been in trouble. I'm not gonna lie. But currently, I have the sun blinding me. But I haven't gone actually that far. And you might be wondering, why haven't you gone that far? Because I hit traffic. Which, and you know what? Traffic is annoying. It's always gonna be annoying. But the real annoying part is that Apple Maps took me this way, away from the route I was supposed to be taking, because I was supposed to save 20 minutes. And instead, I gained about 30. I just don't get it. You know, it's a little bit annoying, but I'm not gonna let it bother me, because you know what? I got some good music in this car. I got a nice comfy car. What do I even have to complain about? But okay, let's just continue on the journey. Here we go. All right, as you can tell, I'm home right now, but I have a little bit of an update. Before we get into the main portion of the video, that's right, we're not even at the main portion of the video yet. Anyway, the update is that my journey ended up being 5 hours. Mind you, I left on Thursday at 11:15, so I don't know how that happened. It's supposed to be 3.5 hours. And yes, the traffic was brutal, and yes, I did almost pee my pants again. Listen, I can't control it, okay? Keyword almost. You know I didn't, but... All right, let's get into the main video. Friends, we are talking about Oh, music. Because I know what you're thinking. What is this? What is this little box? Well, quite large box. What is this large box right here? This box isn't music. Well, would you believe me if I told you that somewhere in this box is an instrument that makes music? I know. Please hold your horses, please. But if you don't mind, I will show you what's in this box. Those of you that know music, you might be able to tell by the shape what this instrument could be. Ta-da! It's a saxophone. To be exact, it is the best saxophone, the tenor saxophone, played by famous musicians like John Coltrane, Lisa Simpson, I think. No, she plays the baritone saxophone, so strike her. Just John Coltrane, I guess. He's the only person that has ever played the tenor saxophone. If you've been watching the channel for a while, you might know that I've played tenor saxophone for a long time. In fact, in my freshman year, I'm in my sophomore year of college right now, but in my freshman year of college, going in, I joined the marching band. And I went to band camp the week before school started, and it was terrible. It was terrible. I was absolutely miserable, terrible way to start my school year. I met some nice people, but it was bad. And since then, I've stopped playing the saxophone as much. Now in high school, I played my saxophone every single day because I was in about 3 bands in my high school, and they were rather high-level bands. It was a jazz band. I went to Japan and Ireland for music, for playing the saxophone with my school, which I will most certainly talk about in future videos, don't worry. But I played a lot of saxophone. But since I've been out of high school, since I've gone through marching band and hated it, I've played my saxophone very, very little. Now there's a lot that I want to talk about in this video, and I might not even fit it all in this video because I have a very complex relationship with music. But the base of this video is that in this whole year, we're in November of 2025 right now, I've spent the least amount of time playing the saxophone than I have since about 4th grade. 4th grade. I was what, 9, 10? And I'm 19 right now, almost 20. So in the past, oh my God, I'm almost 20. So in the past decade, over all the years, this year has been the year that I played the least amount of music. And it's very upsetting. Now that begs the question, why today? Why do I have the instrument open today? And that's because for the same amount of years that I've been bringing my saxophone, I think with the exception of 1 year, every Thanksgiving, I brought my saxophone to my family Thanksgiving dinner to play for them. Now my first year, it started as hot cross buns, and in the years after that, it got more and more complex. Now, like I said, in the first year, it was just me playing hot cross buns. It was terrible, I'm sure it was. But I really wanted to show off this cool tenor sax. Actually, at the time, it was an alto, because I was, like 4'10". Through the years, as my music got more complex, I was able to impress them a little bit more. But interestingly, since I've been out of high school, I've stopped playing as complex music. I've stopped playing music almost totally. So what do I play for? That's a bit of a pressure on me. What do I play for my family, who, at least in my eyes, expects me to be able to play something good? Which is, of course, why I am breaking the saxophone out today. But one thing that I've realized is that it's not really about how good I play the saxophone. My family just likes seeing me play the saxophone. It's not as much about what I play on the saxophone as it is that I'm playing the saxophone. And now it's kind of turned into a fun thing, because all my cousins and stuff have a bunch of kids. So I get to play Christmas music for them. But music and the saxophone overall has been I've had a very interesting relationship with it. Because in elementary school, that's when I first started playing the saxophone. It was like you're not ever really playing that, unless you're a prodigy, you're not playing that much intense music. But then I got to middle school and I started to realize I'm not too bad at the saxophone. So my wonderful mom, she enrolled me in saxophone lessons so I could improve on my saxophone for fun. But of course, I'm a little bit of a perfectionist. And when I can't do something right, I get a little bit crazy. And crazy I did get, because when I would be practicing that music homework, if I couldn't get the stuff I was doing right, if I kept doing it and I couldn't get it right, I would get so mad. I would just freak out. And slowly, music, which had been something that I loved and something that just amazed me, became something I hated. I hated the saxophone. I hated the sight of the saxophone. I hated when I would do my homework for the saxophone lessons and I couldn't get it right. And I hated when I wouldn't do my homework and I would have to show up to the saxophone lesson not having practiced anything. It was just a semi-vicious cycle of music, which is weird to say because I was literally 14, and it should have been fun. And it was fun. I loved my music teacher. and I did somewhat enjoy the saxophone, but it slowly became more of an anger association. And that went on until 8th grade. 8th grade, COVID happens. I stopped playing the saxophone over the summer. The summer of COVID happens, and I go into my freshman year of high school, and my high school was connected to my middle school, so I was kind of like, I kind of knew a lot of people, I knew the teachers and stuff, but I went in saying, I'm done with music. I'm gonna go to my jazz teacher and tell him I'm done. Like, I'm not doing it in high school. So on the first day of school, I go to homeroom, and I'm getting ready for my day, for exploring my first classes, and for eventually telling my teacher this. And my jazz teacher pops his head into my homeroom classroom. I don't know how he found me. I don't know where he came from, but he pops his head into my homeroom classroom and he says, Connell, you're in Jazz 1 starting today. And he leaves. He didn't even let me say that I wasn't gonna be in jazz. Now at the time I had been in Jazz 2, which was the lower level jazz. And this kind of shocked me, because I remember in the beginning of 8th grade, I tried out for Jazz 1. And I didn't get it, because I was an 8th grader and it was more of a high school thing. But I didn't get into it. But now here I am. He put me in Jazz 1. He didn't give me a chance to say I'm not doing music anymore. So I thought to myself, you know what? I guess I'm in Jazz 1. So that day I went to Jazz 1 and I went to the practice, which was during half of my lunch period. And I really never looked back. It's where I made some of my best friends. It's where I had some of my most fun. I had the most amazing experiences that you could possibly have in my eyes in high school. And little by little, day by day, my love for music began to redevelop. And it's just an amazing thing, because I feel like I'm good at saxophone. I feel like I have some talent at saxophone and in music in general. But I'm not that good. I'm not that talented. By which I mean, I'm no prodigy, you know? So I think it's really interesting in a music world where you hear from people that practice their ass off, that people that are born with a God-given talent, right? You don't really hear the people that are middle of the road. In the grand scheme of things, I'm probably at the 50 to 70th percentile of music skill. But I just think it's really interesting because I have as much of a relationship with music as those prodigies do. Songs, pieces of music, the instrument itself holds value in not the same way that it would for someone who's deeply involved with music would, but it still holds very significant value. This saxophone, for example, this is my saxophone. This is mine. I own this saxophone. And I got it in my sophomore year of high school because I just absolutely loved music. It was still kind of COVID times, so it was difficult to be able to try out saxophones. But I went, I think it was Jersey for my birthday, and I went and I got to try out saxophones and picked the one that felt the best to me. It's the Yamaha tenor saxophone 62. It plays great and it's just an amazing instrument. But this instrument was paid half by my parents it's an expensive instrument. I'm very, very lucky that they paid for it. But the other half of the money came from my grandma. But not my grandma because she was alive, my grandma because she had passed away, rest her soul. But with some of the money that she had left me, I put it towards the saxophone. So this saxophone is technically the last gift that she left for me. Now, as I said that, I had to be careful not to get choked up. But I just think that's such like a beautiful, to me, that's just a beautiful reason to have this, you know? 2 generations of my family came together to give me this one instrument that I will be able to enjoy for the rest of my life. That being said, it's a shame that I haven't been playing it more. It's a shame that I haven't put the amount of love into this instrument that was put into it to give it to me, which is why today, with Thanksgiving right around the corner, I'm gonna start practicing. Now, unfortunately, it is currently 12:39 at night, so I don't know how much practicing I'm gonna get done. All of my family members in my house are asleep, so I'm gonna have to play it a little bit quietly. And by quietly, I mean not at all, because there's no way to play a saxophone quietly. I'm just gonna have to blow air and tap the keys, you know. But as I evolve and as I change, so does my relationship with music. And I hope, and I'm gonna work towards keeping that relationship a positive one, and one that continues to grow stronger, you know? So that's really the video today. I just wanted to go through my relationship with music because I've been thinking about it a lot. I've been seeing some of those old concert videos from when I was in the jazz band, and I just had like a sharp yearning to play the saxophone again. Because even though I might not have been the best, I was decent, all right? I'm not gonna sell myself short. I did solo in a jazz band song in Japan. So, like, okay, that's pretty cool. But that's pretty much it for today. I just wanted to show this off. My house is under construction right now, and I've been sleeping in my basement, but my dad set up like a little bedroom with my bed in the middle of my living room so that I could have my own little space. It was very nice of him. But I think it's like funny looking. Enough of my yapping. You can subscribe here and check out the newest Nothing Show video right there. I'll see you guys in the next one, and if you haven't yet, please try an instrument. There are very, very cheap ways to get into music, one of which is the harmonica. All right, that's enough out of me. Goodbye.